We are being manipulated by the music that we listen to, because music is an ancient tool that has been used for thousands of decades, but now it is being used against us. Let me explain. And this is coming from someone who loves listening to music. Music has always been something I truly loved. You know, some time ago, I couldn't even do things without music. I was doing the laundry, I listened to music. I was brushing my teeth, I listened to music. In the shower, I listened to music. I couldn't even study or do anything without listening to music. And one night, I randomly woke up, and I started to hear these songs in my head. You know, these songs that are just on repeat the entire time and that at some point they get stuck in our head. This was really crazy because I was like, are these actually my thoughts? Is this playing in my head or was this being put upon me? At some point I really realized that there's a pattern behind mainstream music. You know, it could be Travis Scott, Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, whoever it might be. After all that, I did my research. I was really curious why music makes us feel the way that it does. And I discovered some crazy things. So if you look up the frequency of nowadays music, you will see that it is being played on frequency of 440 Hz. This is a frequency that is known for making us feel uneasy. It is something that is programming our body against itself, something that is not beneficial. It makes you feel uneasy and uncomfortable, and it goes directly inside your brain. Because those frequencies, they penetrate you, they stimulate you on a very, very deep level. Everything is frequency. People nowadays really underestimate the power of frequencies. The 440 Hz frequency makes us addicted to it, you know? Sometimes you listen to an artist and you're like, I can't get more of this music. People sometimes say, oh, what drugs did she put in that song? Well, she did literally put drugs in there. Those frequencies, they make us attached to them, they make us addicted. This is also why it is stuck in our head the entire time. So essentially, the negative frequency of 440 Hz is programming your body to be working against itself on a cellular level. On the other hand, there's a frequency of 432 Hz, which is a frequency that is very positive and high vibrational. It helps our bodies recalibrate. It is really, really good for our cells, and it makes you relax. It helps you focus. It can even help you study, and it's really, really good for you. But if you look at the mainstream music, you will discover that none of it has the frequency of 432 Hz. And the outcome of that is an unregulated nervous system. You do not feel good after listening to that music. It might even cause anxiety, depression, or any kind of sad feelings. And I'm gonna dig deeper into that later. There is an agenda behind any kind of artist that you listen to, especially the big ones. There's also been a study done, I think it was from Australia, where they tested two groups of people. One group was emitted to frequencies of 440 Hz. The other group was emitted to a frequency of 432 Hz. An observation they have made when it comes to the group that was emitted to the frequency of 440 Hz, so the negative one basically, is that their brainwave activities were in an altered state. They could not focus as good, they did not feel good. The emotions they experienced were external. Those are not the actual emotions that they experienced. It was like something was externally being put upon them. And this is also what mainstream music does to you. So essentially, most of them felt worse, almost had depressed feelings, and it altered their brain right away because they were using headphones, AirPods basically. And what AirPods do is they emit these frequencies right inside your brain. It's almost like you have a microwave inside your brain the entire time, and we all know how dangerous microphones are. But again, if we look on the other hand, the 432 frequency people, they had completely different outcomes. They were much more focused, they felt better, and they felt happier. Their brainwave was in a theta state, and those frequencies are much more positive and high vibrational. So the 432 frequency, something that you actually want to aim for. Those people were way more calm, they felt overall just much better, and they were able to focus and redirect that energy into something much better. 2 years ago, I started to listen to some really depressive music in a sense. At that point, I didn't even know that it was this negative and this crazy, but now I do know. I really noticed when listening to that music back then, after a couple of months of being emitted to those frequencies in this music the entire time, I really saw that I was actually becoming depressed. I was really happy with my life before that, and when I was constantly listening to this music on repeat, this has really done something to me. It has altered my subconscious mind on a really deep level. And when I started to heal that and really reflect upon that and let go of this music, redirect my energy into something better, that's when the success actually came in and I became much happier. Now I listen to much better songs that make me much, much happier, and I hope you will too after this video and you really understand what I'm actually talking about. Now, another reason why mainstream music can be extremely dangerous is because of the negative affirmations attached to it. Just pick a popular song from any artist. It doesn't matter who it is. For me, it was Taylor Swift, for example. And you're just gonna look through every song. It can even be your favorite song. And you're gonna look up the 7 deadly sins. And then you will quickly realize that there's a pattern behind all of this. Those songs either make you feel sad, envious, angry, even depressed, and many other bad feelings that you experience. Of course, you can feel much happier after a song, but your brain, your internal subconscious mind does not. And the reason you might actually feel like you love those songs is because you were programmed to be addicted to those songs. I mean, if you were to just not listen to music for an entire week, be for real, would you be able to not listen to it? Probably not, because you are addicted to the music. You could not live without music. And oftentimes those songs are about self-sabotage, hating yourself, hating someone else, getting revenge, any of those things that are basically not for the greater good of humanity and for the greater good of yourself. They put you back into old patterns. You're gonna miss that ex if you keep thinking about your past through this music. Let's just look at the new Taylor Swift album, for example. Let me just look up the lyrics. So it says, "I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday every day. I am so obsessed with him, but he avoids me. I cry a lot, but I am so productive. You know you're good when you can even do it with a broken heart." And it goes even on. This is just such an easy example, but there are even other songs with much bad things. Maybe you know that one song that goes like, "Something bad's about to happen to me." And you're just programming your mind and your subconscious to be expecting something bad, and we all know you attract what you are. So if you're aiming for something bad and your subconscious thinks that life is not treating you well, that you are a victim, that you are feeling bad, then that's exactly what you will attract, and that's exactly how you are going to feel in life. So what I'm trying to say is intuitively feel and avoid the songs that are not good for you. Ones with the negative affirmations that reprogram your subconscious mind to be thinking of yourself in a negative view and to think of the world and everything else in a really negative light. Now you might be wondering, why would they do this? Why would the people that control the world make us listen to that kind of music? Why is all of this music being promoted, and why do these artists do such a thing? And the answer to that is quite simple. They're trying to keep us in a low vibration. They're trying to keep us controlled. If we keep being in this victim mindset, if we keep looking at the past, if we just stay in those old negative patterns and don't break free from the matrix, as all the financial gurus say, then they are not going to be at the top. And of course, another big ass reason is money. When they put these addictive and terrible frequencies in there, you're gonna get addicted to the music, and therefore you will stream it more, buy it more, and get more money. Whether you believe in those Illuminati conspiracies or not, there's literally demons attached to this whole music. They're not just doing this for no reason. There's an entire agenda, an entire plan behind all of this. So what I'm trying to say is that the music is just being forced upon us in a hedonistic way and keeping us addicted and not grounded. And it's keeping us in our lower 3 chakras. Now you might be thinking, I love music so much, what would I do without it? And maybe you got me wrong, because I'm totally not saying that you should stop listening to music and that you should totally remove it from your life. I love music myself. I love listening to Taylor Swift. I love listening to Lana Del Rey. What I'm really trying to say with this is that you should pick the music that you listen to consciously. Next time you listen to your favorite song, ask yourself, how does this actually make me feel? What words are inside of the song? What do these frequencies make my body feel? How do I feel when this is being emitted? So you definitely just need to know the side effects. Music can make you feel extremely good. It can motivate you, especially at the gym. But it can also make you feel worse. It can make you feel depressed, angry, sad, envious, whatever. And of course, it's okay to listen to a sad song sometime, but what I'm saying is you should not let this consume you. You should be feeling good even when listening to a sad song. And if you are not, and you see that this is really just making you feel much worse, then do not get into that. Just realize that music is amazing and it's a very powerful tool that you should use for your advantage and not against you.